Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Excalibur Roundtable Tech Talk. I am Mike Fuson. This is part of our extended Tech Talk series with our partner, HaloITSM, and I'm joined today by Tom Petley from Halo. Tom, as always, it's a pleasure to get to chat with you.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me again.
Yes, absolutely. And so today we were going to talk a little bit about another industry that Halo's leveraged, and of course it's leveraged in pick an industry. We've got a customer out there who's using it in that industry, but some of the industries that kind of have some unique requirements, and we've talked about education as an industry, and so today we're going to talk a little bit about public sector organizations. Public sector organizations usually are running thin, and we're seeing it even more so now post-pandemic, where their budgets were impacted pretty significantly. During the pandemic, and so it's doing more with less. The fact that in the public sector, what we see very often is multiple departments beyond IT very quickly adopting the HaloITSM platform to do what they need it to do. They're trying to consolidate, not have 700 tools, but get it down to a handful of tools that can manage some of their workload. And so, Tom, let's talk a little bit about that. Within the public sector, the cost for upkeep and administration of the system become a key, because they just don't necessarily have excess resources to throw around to manage a platform. And Halo definitely helps solve that problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Public sector is one of our largest sectors that we kind of operate in. I personally have worked on dozens of projects over the years on public sector projects, and it's such a great fit in that kind of vertical sector. In terms of we talk about budgets and things, there's kind of two elements to it. There's the initial cost, and then there's the ongoing cost, and it's often that ongoing cost that's not always considered up front, and that ongoing cost isn't just the annual cost of the software or the service. It's the cost of managing it, and it's the cost of time and employing people to basically run it. And some systems they require a lot of people, because there could be coding in the background, or there could be just a lot of configuration, or even just running things to keep things going in the background. There's a lot of hidden costs that can be there, and we're very much built on the principles of kind of avoiding those and making it very intuitive to use. So you don't need lots of people. We do recommend having a system owner that kind of owns the configuration, but we're by no means saying there's lots and lots of time to kind of keep it going, and it's very much that person's role will be to further the process and kind of drive the kind of service improvements in service. So it's that kind of intuitive nature of how to configure things, and if you need to change forms or change workflows, maybe even add additional approvers in or whatever it is, it's very, very quick to do it. Kind of takes seconds rather than having to go away and code anything. I've had stories of kind of some other systems where it takes maybe 6 weeks to build a new form, and in Halo that is genuinely 10 minutes to build a form. It's something that those costs all add up, and it's kind of that whole package, that total cost of ownership, that where we really come into our own, and that seems to kind of fit in with the kind of the squeezing of budgets in the public sector, and the limited budgets for software and delivering the service.
Well, and then in looking at that ease of administration, in some of our demo tech talks where we covered the service catalog, just how easy it is for them to be able to administer and adapt their service catalog and continue to evolve it over time. One of the things in the public sector space is that a lot more departments may tend to adopt the solution right out of the gate, because when you look at a lot of departments, many of the things that they do are really request management processes, and so they're looking for a tool to be able to track their requests. Well, here you go. This is, Halo is an all-inclusive platform. You buy it, you have it, but to be able to easily manage those service catalogs for the various departments and various services. Because you look at, IT has a set of services, but facilities has a completely different set of services that are being delivered. There are services nonetheless. There's things that are done, things that need to be tracked, ways that information needs to get to the right folks to make sure that the service is delivered. But being able to administer that and spin up and bring on another department can be done very quickly by Halo's ease of configuration, ease of design, and the fact that the folks that have taken the time to understand the product, which is an extreme investment of time, have the capabilities and the tools right in front of them to be able to bring on a facilities department, or bring on the legal department, or bring on the HR department, whatever departments need request management capabilities.
Absolutely, yeah, I couldn't agree more, because once you've implemented the tool, normally within IT first, it almost always starts in IT. You've kind of done the hard bit. You've learned the skills, you've trained the people, you've got all those skills in-house. You've also got things that aren't always considered. You've actually configured. A good chunk of the system can be reused, that configuration, for other departments. So when you think about users, we've already imported our users from AD or Azure or whatever it might be. They're already there, ready to use. We've got all their permissions set up and it's all ready to go. We probably put in the organization structure, so we've got all the branding and the portal set up and things. So it really is just a case of setting up a new, we call them areas in Halo, like a service area, we call it. So a new area for a different entity. Just click a couple of buttons, create that area, and then configure your services and your team and your individuals that are in that. And yeah, you're kind of good to go then. It's also just worth adding that you can basically control the permissions as much as you want. So you can make it like a completely siloed set of Halo. So you can have an HR area which IT wouldn't even know existed. It would be there. When IT log in, they wouldn't even see it. But when HR log in, maybe they wouldn't even see IT. You've got full control over that. And then you can also, when they are in the same tool, you can then, for maybe a service request of a onboarding or something, you can then share tasks between the different departments as well. So often those, new starters, such a good example where an element for HR to set them up, in payroll and things. There might be a legal task that's created to get the contracts in order. IT obviously have to go and create the users, set up the hardware and all that stuff. Procurement, maybe a task for them. So you just get so much value of just having them all in one place. And it really doesn't take very long to set up.
Yeah, and be able to share those resources.
It's invaluable, yeah.
Yeah, so it's always exciting to get to talk about these things and kind of share how HaloITSM is being used within organizations. And obviously we're talking about public sector, but there's a lot of customers that will use it in a similar fashion and can gain those efficiencies by leveraging a single platform to help with their entire request management workflow. Tom, as always, it's a pleasure to have you join us. And get to talk about these exciting things that are going on. For our viewers out there, feel free to hit the Excalibur Data Systems website and sign up for your free trial of HaloITSM, fully functional trial. Get your feet wet and see why we are so excited to share HaloITSM with you. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you soon.